What if your worst season was not meant to break you, but to reveal something greater? There was a man named Job. He was known for his integrity, his kindness, and his deep reverence for God. His life was full of peace, full of family, full of blessing. People looked at him and saw stability, a life that seemed untouched by chaos. And for a time it was. His days passed like a quiet morning, steady and certain. There was laughter in his home, purpose in his work, and a sense that everything was in its right place. But beyond what human eyes could see, something was unfolding. In the book of Job, we are told that his faith would be tested, not because he had done wrong, but because something deeper was about to be revealed. And then, without warning, everything changed. Loss did not come slowly. It came all at once, like a storm that does not ask permission before it arrives. His wealth was taken, his servants were lost, and then came the deepest wound. His children were gone. There was no time to prepare, no time to understand. Only silence, heavy and unrelenting, settled over his life. The kind of silence that follows after everything has been taken. And in that silence, Job fell to the ground, not in anger, not in rebellion, but in surrender. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. It was not that he did not feel pain, it was that he chose not to let pain take his faith. But the storm was not finished. His body began to fail. Painful sores covered him from head to toe. The man who once stood strong now sat in ashes, scraping his skin, surrounded not by comfort, but by loss. His strength was gone. His dignity seemed to fade. Even his wife, overwhelmed by suffering, could not understand. "Curse God and die," she said, unable to see a reason to continue. His friends came, but instead of bringing peace, they brought questions. They searched for reasons, convinced that such suffering must have been earned. Their words, meant to explain, only deepened the wound. Job was now fighting a battle on every side: loss, pain, misunderstanding, and silence. And yet, he stayed. He did not pretend. He cried. He questioned. He spoke openly of his grief and confusion. He wrestled with the weight of what he was going through. But he did not walk away from God. There is a quiet strength in staying when everything in you wants to leave. Day after day, Job sat in that place. No answers, no clarity, just the long stretch of waiting. Faith in that season was not loud. It was not triumphant. It was quiet, fragile, but still alive. And sometimes that is what real faith looks like. Not certainty, but endurance.
Then, after the long silence, God spoke. Not with the answers Job expected, but with something greater. From the whirlwind, God revealed his power, his wisdom, and his authority over all creation. He spoke of the foundations of the earth, the boundaries of the sea, and the mysteries of the universe, things far beyond human understanding. And in that moment, Job realized something deeper than explanation. God is still God, even when life doesn't make sense. He humbled himself, not because every question had been answered, but because he encountered the one who holds all answers. His perspective shifted. His pain was still real, but it no longer stood alone. It was now held within the presence of God. And slowly, the story began to change. God restored Job. Not in the way people might expect, not as if the pain had never happened, but in a way that showed that suffering does not have the final word. His life was rebuilt, his blessings returned, his future, once uncertain, was filled again with hope. But the greatest change was not around him, it was within him. Job said, "My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you." Before the storm, he knew about God. After the storm, he knew God deeply. And that is the quiet truth his story leaves behind. Sometimes, the season that feels like everything is falling apart is actually the place where something eternal is being formed within you. Restoration is not always just about getting back what was lost. Sometimes it is about becoming someone stronger, deeper, and more grounded in faith than before. Job's story reminds us that pain is not wasted. Every tear, every question, every moment of silence, God sees it all. And even when we do not understand, He is still at work. There are seasons where faith feels small, where hope feels distant, and where answers do not come. But like Job, we are invited to stay, to hold on, even when the path is unclear. Because sometimes the greatest miracle is not just immediate change, but the quiet transformation happening within us. Job lived the rest of his life as a testimony, not just of restoration, but of endurance. His story did not end in loss, but neither was it defined only by what he regained. It was defined by the faith he kept. And that is the deeper hope. That even in the middle of suffering, even in the silence, even when nothing makes sense, God is still present, still working, still writing. So if you find yourself in a season that feels heavy, uncertain, or painful, remember Job. Your story is not over in the middle. What feels like an ending may only be a chapter. And in time, you may discover that what you went through did not break you. It revealed a strength, a faith, and a closeness to God that could not have been formed any other way. Because sometimes the greatest victory is not just what is restored, but the faith that remained.